Good morning, students. How are you? I hope you all are fine and staying home to keep yourself safe from COVID-19. Students, here in this module, we are going to start a new chapter, that chapter number 2 of your textbook. Chapter name is Natural Resources, Land, Soil, and Water. So, the first topic of this chapter is given as land resource. So, let us begin, students. Land. What is land? Land is the part of Earth's surface that is not covered by water. So students, this land is not covered by water. Land is one of the most important natural resources and covers about 30% of the total area of Earth's surface. As you know that three-fourths of Earth is covered by water, so that way, according to that, 30% of land is available on the Earth's surface. 70% of land is either sparsely populated or uninhabited. Means people do not live on that part of land. And the rest 30% is occupied by 90% of the world population. So that way students see here how their uneven distribution of population is there. Okay, that 70% of land is either sparsely populated or inhabited or uninhabited, and rest 30% occupied by 90% of the world population. So land is very clearly unevenly inhabited due to the various factors of land and climate, availability of water, fertility of soil. So these are affecting for the residing of the people in different parts of the world. Areas that are uninhabited or have very few or no population are areas that have rugged terrain. Means whatever the areas are there that are having very low density of population or uninhabited or no population that have such features. What are that? That have rugged terrain, means very rough terrain, very highly uneven land, means up and down rough land is there. You can say that mountainous region are there, the plateau region are there, have steep slopes. Slopes are steep slope means having that slope like this. Suppose here I'm drawing. So this is having moderate slope, as much as this is having much moderate slope, and if such kind of slope is there, so that is steep slope. So such kind of lands are having very sparse population, or low lying areas that are susceptible to the water logging, or that areas are having very low land where usually water stagnate during the rainy season, and that does not fit for survival of the people in that area. Or that is desert area. So that may be the desert also, and because of this region people do not live in that region. So the densely populated areas of the world are plain and river valleys, as they have suitable land. So densely populated means per square kilometer of area, more people are living. So that way, why that areas are densely populated? So reason behind is that are plains, that are river valleys where fertile soil is available, and as they are suitable land for agriculture, moderate climatic condition. The availability of rich and fertile land makes it suitable for living. So rich and fertile land make it suitable for living. As you know that if people are living there, of course they would be doing any kind of agricultural activity. Unless they do agriculture, how will they produce something for their eating, for their survival? So that way, that kind of land is preferred by the people. Now, the mineral richness also responsible for the residing of the people. Water resources, unless water is available, the people cannot survive in that region. Fertility of the soil, good topographical condition. Topographical students, you know, topography means the type of land. Suppose here I draw, mm, suppose a plain land. This is a mountain land and the plateau region. So whatever these types of land are there, that concept is referred to this topography, topographical condition. So how this type of land will be there, according to that the people will be preferring to live, as this plain is preferred most by the people to reside in that area, because that are fit for agricultural activity, for industrial activities, for building construction, for road construction, for almost all kind of activities which a human prefers, that all are possible on this land. So that way people reside over the land maximum. Land uses. The use of land depend on various factors like topography. Topography students, this topography means the type of land, the plain, plateaus, mountain. These are the type of land. Then soil. Soil, the fertility of the soil affect the use of land. The climatic condition, how moderate climatic condition is there, or how wet or dry climatic condition is there, so that also affect the use of land. Presence of mineral reserves, of course these presence of mineral required in the modern era for different industrial activities, so that way land use is highly affected by the mineral reserves. And the availability of drinking water, so you know that drinking water how important for the different economic activity, as people live there, reside there, so they need water, and of course drinking water affect the use of land. So land use refers to the use of land for different purposes such as agriculture, forestry, mining, construction, roads, setting up of industries. So all these different uses of land makes the land use pattern. So these are collectively known as land use pattern. Now factors affecting the land use are physical factor and human factor. Physical factor includes again the topography, that is type of land, soil, climate, availability of water. Human factor includes population and technology. So wherever more population will be there, so accordingly the land of that region will be used for the different economic activities. And as the technology is getting advanced day by day, the uses of land are increasing. Alternative uses of land are increasing. On the basis of ownership, land can be classified private land, community land. The private land is owned by an individual or family members, and is used for personal purposes like house is private land. Community land is owned by the community for common uses and can be used by anyone in the society. Like collection of fodder. So the people collect fodder from the grassland area and they use it collectively. A single one is not allowed. The people living in that area, they can collect fodder for their cattle. Then fruits, nuts, and medical herbs. So these areas where such things are there, so that usually referred as community land. So these are the called common property resources. Now, as there are different uses of land, and if we use that land indiscriminately without any planning, then of course there will be land degradation. So that way here student we are going to discuss what is the concept of land degradation and conservation of land resources. The availability of land is limited, you know that, but the demand for land by the people is growing day by day. As the technology is getting advanced, people are getting prosperous, the alternative uses of the land are increasing. Due to the cultural change in our society, there are vast changes in land use pattern and extensive use of fertile land without careful utilization can lead to the barrenness of that land. So if we use the land extensively, means more than the limit, without careful utilization, that land can become barren, unfit for use, unfertile. The overexploitation of mineral resources can make the soil vulnerable to degradation. So, if the exploitation of mineral resources are there indiscriminately, the soil of that region of course going to degrade. Due to the expansion of agriculture and construction activities, the major threat to the environment are the land degradation can be caused by deforestation. You know that deforestation is cutting down trees and clearing forests to clear land for construction or other use. Overgrazing and excessive use of chemical fertilizer and pesticide of also cause land degradation. Rain wash and flood. The washing action, or you can say bleaching, or you can say leaching word is also there. The washing action of rain as well as flow of water in flood transport the soil from one place to another and are capable of erosion. So that cause soil erosion, that cause washing away the nutrients from the soil from one region to another region. Even some of the places the nutrients of the soil, soluble nutrients of the soil seep into the ground. Landslides is when rock, debris or loose earth move down a slope in huge mass. Suppose there is a mountain and people are making or constructing building in this area making the by cutting the mountain, and if they are constructing houses in these regions, so that buildings put pressure over such slope, and during the rainy season when the soil get the rock is getting loose, sometime it slide off completely from that region to downward, and this is only referred as landslide often takes place along with earthquake, flood, and volcanoes. If there is any jerk, shake caused by the earthquake, the volcanoes, and sometimes flood is causing these shakes, these sudden change cause landslide. Now soil erosion. Soil erosion occur when soil and rock particles are carried away by wind, water, or ice. So, whatever these weathering agents are there, the wind, water, or ice, all these are causing soil erosion and are deposited in the another location. So, soil erosion is taking place by these. Soil depletion, which affect the quality and fertility of the soil, takes place when the nutrients in the soil are removed and are not replaced. Sometimes it happens that the nutrients of the soil also washed away, and that way soil depletion is taking place. Now, desertification. Desertification is taking place, which is caused due to the removal of natural vegetation and trees. When we cut the tree, the soil of that region get loose. As you know that roots of the trees hold the soil tightly. And when we remove that natural vegetation, the soil of that region become loose, and that loose soil removed away, the fine particle of the soil are washed away by the running water, blown away by the wind, and that way the larger particle remains there, and that cause formation of desert. The common method used to conserve land resources are, whatever common methods are used to conserve the land resources, that are afforestation. Afforestation means planting more trees which can restore the forest cover, and this process is known as afforestation. Planting more and more trees is referred as afforestation. Land reclamation is another method of land conservation for farmers and is the process of creating new land from ocean. Land reclamation is having the meaning getting land from ocean, river bed, or lake bed by draining out water from the area, from the region. It can be by pouring more soil in that region or draining out water from the area. Regulated use of chemical, pesticide, fertilizer, and check on overgrazing. This also cause soil conservation, land conservation. So the government can play an active role in preventing the soil and land by making rules related to soil and land conservation, making the farmers educated regarding the negative aspects of overutilization of fertilizer and overgrazing. So for all these purposes, if they are educated, if they are trained, then of course we can control the land degradation. So this was all about for today's topic. Student, here time to discuss homework. On the basis of today's module, there is one question given in your exercise. What is meant by land use pattern? So whatever different uses of land is there, that is making the concept of land use pattern, that you have to explain here. And why is it important to study the land use pattern? What idea we are getting from this? Take help of your book and try to find out answer of this and list the factors influencing the utilization of land. So land use pattern, what is the advantage of land use pattern, and the factors influencing the utilization of land, all these try to find out by reading your textbook also, and from this module also you can get some help. So this was all about for today's topic, students. We'll meet in the next module. Till then, bye bye all of you.